Have you ever wondered about the lives that never were? Not just the choices you didn't make, or the paths you didn't take, but the existence that was never granted, the souls that were never born. It's a thought that can make the heart ache if you let it, a hidden corner of consciousness, where curiosity meets fear. What would it mean if those souls, unrealized and unseen, still carried weight if their absence shaped the living world in ways we cannot perceive? Imagine discovering a book, sealed for centuries, hidden in a monastery library, its pages yellowed and brittle with time. Scholars dared not read it for fear of the truths it might reveal. But within those fragile sheets lies a philosophy older than our recorded history, a map of existence, not just for the living, but for the potential that never emerged. The Forbidden Book explains that every life not lived still exists in a shadowed dimension of reality, the liminal space between being and non-being. Plato would have called this a realm of forms, perfect ideas of what could have been, untouched by the limitations of time and matter. Nietzsche might have described it as the weight of unactualized potential, pressing subtly upon the living, shaping our subconscious choices, our desires, our fears. Consider this: when a soul is not born, it does not simply vanish. It lingers. Its presence is like the faint echo of a bell you never heard, but whose vibrations subtly ripple through your consciousness. Perhaps this is why you feel inexplicable longing at times, why certain moments or places stir a grief that has no origin, why the sense of something missing follows you in quiet hours. The world is full of unseen absence, and we carry it unknowingly. Psychologists have long studied the power of unrealized potential. Carl Jung referred to the collective unconscious, where archetypes and unfulfilled possibilities coexist. Could it be that souls never born reside here, that they influence our lives as invisible companions, shaping our intuition, our creativity, even our suffering? The book warns that ignorance is a kind of mercy. To know too much can be dangerous, for it reveals the fragile illusion of human life. Machiavelli might have framed it differently. Speaking of unseen forces shaping politics and destiny, but the principle is the same: unseen entities, invisible patterns, unseen potential. They guide and constrain us in ways we do not understand. Storytelling brings clarity. Imagine a child that was never born, whose laughter was never heard, whose touch was never felt. In the world, flowers bloom, rivers flow, and yet a subtle imbalance remains, a pattern missing. Perhaps that missing note is felt in the melancholy of a composer's song, in the sudden ache of nostalgia for a place never visited, in the fleeting sensation that the world might have been different. Those absent lives are not nothing, they are threads of what could have been. Quietly tugging at the tapestry of the living, here's the uncomfortable truth. Every decision we make, every choice to act or refrain, every moment of love, loss, or inaction contributes to this pattern. Lives not lived are not neutral. They are active participants in reality's invisible architecture. Bonhoeffer wrote that responsibility is the courage to act within an uncertain world. In this context, responsibility extends beyond the present, beyond the living, even touching those souls that never existed. Our moral and emotional choices resonate not just in life, but in the hidden shadows of potential. Think of it like a garden of unrealized flowers. Each seed represents a life never born, a soul unrealized, waiting for some acknowledgement or resonance. Some seeds will never sprout in our world, but their presence, their potential, shifts the soil. We cannot ignore them. They shape the seasons, the sunlight, the rain, and the growth of other blooms around them. This perspective is not meant to cause despair. It is meant to awaken. To live fully is not just to honor your own existence, but to recognize the invisible matrix of absence and potential surrounding you. To act with consciousness, compassion, and creativity is to respond to those unrealized souls, to give them echo and resonance in your own life. And here is the paradox. Souls never born are both absent and alive. They are a reminder that existence is fragile, that potential is sacred, that life is a gift and a responsibility. Plato's forms, Nietzsche's will, Jung's archetypes, they all point toward the same conclusion. The unseen shapes the seen. The intangible shapes reality. The void of unrealized potential is not empty, it is alive with meaning. So the next time you feel inexplicable longing, a subtle ache for something you cannot name, or a sudden inspiration that feels beyond your own mind, consider this. It may be the whisper of a soul that was never born, reaching across the veil of reality, asking only to be acknowledged. If not lived, the forbidden book does not offer answers that make life simple. It offers awareness, a lens through which you can see the unseen, feel the unfelt, and recognize the profound responsibility of living fully. Because every moment you inhabit, every choice you make, every act of courage or kindness resonates not only in your world, but in the liminal spaces where the unborn dwell. And in that recognition lies liberation. To live with awareness of those souls is to live with the weight and the wonder of all potential realized or unrealized. It is a call to honor existence itself, not as something given, but as something sacred, fragile, and fleeting. The book is forbidden not to protect the ignorant, but to test the brave. To read it is to confront reality beyond the visible, to see life as both presence and absence, creation and void. And perhaps in seeing, we find that life and the souls never born is more profound, more interconnected, and more precious than we have ever imagined, because the unspoken truth is this: existence is never only about the lives we live. It is also about the lives that never were, and in that shadowed space, you may discover the deepest call to awaken, act, and honor the infinite potential of being itself.